Welcome back, piggies, to another episode of the Pigskin Pals podcast with your hosts, Dane and AJ. Today, we'll be going over our DFS from last week, our DFS for this week, and the matchups for our redraft and dynasty leagues. We'll see how it goes. It was a little tough for me last week in the DFS zone, but I'm looking for a bounce back. Without further ado, let's get stuck right into it. Here.
Back-to-back 170 plus smackerinos by the Dane train, hard-boiled bread, or Littlefoot 42, I guess. Was a great week by me. The Javonte play, we both had Fields, and we did the Pickens and the Fields stuff. That kind of worked out, but Javonte was the real play there. And then Puka and D-Money Waller were some big buckaroonies for me.
I mean, I really just got canned in the tight end and flex spot there. Like everywhere else, I had like a pretty reasonable week. It was just my tight end and Mr. Woody Marks let me down.
Even the Saints.
Yeah,
my strat of just
good
doing
strat.
The bottom of the barrel defense that's at home playing against a shit team has been working so far and didn't really change this week. We can hop right into the week 6 lineups. This one was a difficult week for me personally. Normally these are like our plays that we like. If I had these players in redraft or dynasty, I would be loving it. I think there's also just a lot of injury news that we don't know, and we're recording this on Tuesday, so it's a bit more up in the air, and I don't feel as confident with my lineup, but let's see what we were able to put together on a short timeline. My quarterback of choice this week is Matthew Stafford. You just saw Mr. CJ Stroud go off. AJ has the same exact thought process.
Idea. Yeah, I mean, Baltimore's going to be starting. This team is not good, apparently, in Baltimore, just in general. I don't think Lamar coming back really changed that too much, so we shall see. But I'm feeling good about Stafford this week because he's been on fire as it is.
Yeah, and I paid down right away. I went with Hassan Haskins. There's 2 running backs at 5K right there.
Yeah.
Vidal and Haskins. I just went with Haskins. I was looking at their snap percentages last week. Basically dead even.
Mm-hmm.
And at least Haskins is on the active roster, so I'm like, here he's been there longer, so I went with him. Super juicy matchup. We just saw Rico go off against the Dolphins, so I was like, I want a piece of that.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I'm just nervous that I was nervous to pick them or one of them, because I don't know which one's going to go off. So, spoiler alert, I don't have either.
Ooh, but you do have J.K. Dobbins, an old Charger.
Speaking of people going off against teams, Javonte just went off against the Jets last week. J.K. Dobbins has been looking pretty good, honestly. I expect him to have a good game against the Jets overseas.
Sidebar, I actually traded J.K. Dobbins after we were done recording for a 2026 second. I definitely needed him to win Dynasty, but it also just felt like an asset that was just going to be losing value later on. Like his injury concerns really concerns me. Going into the offseason, I wrote down, I was like, must trade JK away. And then it took him forever to land on a team, so his value is tanking. And now he actually has a role and he's doing stuff again. So I'm like, okay, this is the time when I should sell him. So
for sure. Sell him. Yeah, I think I like that trade because you can, if for some reason, you ended up needing a running back bad later, you could probably flip that second into a better running back anyway.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. I tried doing that, but it didn't work out already. And my RB2, I went with Mr. Joshua Jacobs. Home team against the Cincinnati Bengals. Flacco's coming back to town to try and take down the Packers after the recent trade. But we saw Jacobs go off before his bye week, and I expect the Packers offense to kind of just pick up right where they left off against an equally bad defense.
I like that pick. I don't know how I didn't see that for some reason. It didn't clock in my head that this guy's probably going to put up 25 points, but that's going to be tough. That's pretty good.
And you have Javonte.
Going back to the Javonte, well, I mean, he's been so consistently good. He's finding the end zone. He just It's the past 2 weeks they've been without 3 offensive linemen and 4 offensive linemen. Like if he can put up those weeks with that going on with his offensive line, he'll be good going forward in any matchup with any O-line. I'm confident in Javonte and this Dallas offense, so I'm going Javonte, my boy.
He's finally getting a respectable price tag too.
Yes.
Where
yes.
I could see soon he's going to be $7K and we're going to be questioning, is
like,
it worth it?
Yeah.
So wide receiver 1, you have T-Mac.
T-Mac, absolutely. Nice. I love that. I love that. It's he's due. He's looked good all year for the most part, and he's got a good matchup. I can see him getting in the end zone this week. I think he'll have a good.
Yeah, looking just at our lineups right now, we are definitely playing the matchups this week.
Yes, yes, we are.
Just like, which defense do I want to target?
Yeah,
we found them, and we're kind of in lockstep right now. My wide receiver 2 is Puka Nacua. I'm going
bring it down. Bring it down.
Of Stafford.
Yeah,
man, we have been lockstep these past recent weeks.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun because it makes it all about like those few differences that we have. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a good time.
And I mean, it's been working out for us. We've been putting up mega points. So let's keep the train rolling. I don't think we even have to really talk about Puka and Stafford stack.
Yeah, he is what he is. And they're playing Baltimore. Yeah.
And your third wide receiver is Rome.
Got my boy Rome.
How are you affording these guys?
You'll see. You'll see. It's a problem down at the bottom. I really wanted a lot of these guys. And then I got to the end. I'm like, huh. But then I think I found a good play, honestly. So anyway, Rome Odunze, been great. He's the wide receiver 1. The matchup isn't anything too crazy. And coming off a bye week, I could see him being well rested with him and Caleb and put up big points, baby.
Also, a high scoring over under in that Monday night game. It's nice to have someone on Monday too to see. Yeah, where they kind of. I went safer.
I like it.
Conservative pick. I went with Michael Pittman. He's been super consistent, and yeah, I mean the Cardinals. Those games are either the teams are going to be winning or in contention to win. They'll be needing to. Long story short, they'll be in the end zone or red zone. So. Hopefully, touchdown goes his way. And I got a Monday night player, too. I got Kyle Pitts.
Okay, Sr. Baby. I don't hate it.
I really don't love it,
but I don't hate it.
I had Jawan Johnson in my lineup for the longest time because he was 3.3K. Mm-hmm. And then I switched to player. I had some extra cash. And I'm like, I guess I want to upgrade my tight end.
It's a good upgrade, I think.
He's actually been scoring like a lot of points this year. Yeah. So I was not familiar with your game, Mr. Pitts, this year. And hopefully you keep that up. Should be a good Monday night game there. And you went with Mr.
Njoku. It's scary with him and Fannin, but they both put up a touchdown last week. I'm kind of just playing touchdown upside here. I think it's possible there. And he gets a good amount of targets. He's a reasonable guy, 3,500, pretty cheap for Njoku at this point. I'll take that all day.
And once again, matchup those Browns tight ends going against the 25th opposing defense. Let's see where you went to the bottom of the barrel.
Here we go. My boy. We all know CeeDee's not playing this week. I think Dallas, Carolina's gonna end up being a high scoring game, and he really showed out last week. Then people have been saying like in the Cowboys space, like this guy, like before last game, like we don't know why Flournoy is not playing over Jalen Tolbert. So I think he kind of showed why people thought that, and I don't think he's really gonna take a step back here. I think he's gonna have a good game.
So where did this guy come from? Tell me some more about him because
he's been on the team for the last 2 years. He's just basically been the wide receiver 4 or 5. And hasn't really gotten his chance to shine. He had a pretty good offseason and preseason. People thought that he was going to kind of go in as the wide receiver 3 right off the bat. He actually got cut right away and then went through waivers, and we re-signed him onto the practice squad, and here he is.
So you guys drafted him, or was he like a UDFA?
A UDFA, yeah.
Okay.
So
is he like a deep threat guy? What?
He's like Jalen Tolbert-esque, I'll say. Like, you don't know. That doesn't help you. He's not really a deep ball guy. He's just mid. He just does everything. Yeah, like it's like he's not really good at a whole lot. He can get a deep ball, but he's just filling space at the moment. And I think those targets, it's got to go somewhere. And he obviously got them last week, so I like it for 3,600. I wanted to keep the other guys. I'm like, dude, he had 100 yards last week. Sign me up.
And I went with another just consistent player. I went with Chris Olave.
Love it.
He's been stuck at this price. Good matchup. tons of targets every single week. Maybe he gets a touchdown this week. Probably not.
I don't know. Probably not.
But I feel good about my lineup so far. I feel like defense is normally where I get fucked. This week, I got the Titans defense.
I don't hate it. Gino's been throwing picks, and all you're looking for is turnovers.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
I got something similar. I got the Raiders.
Interesting. Who's going to get the Fumble-Rooski touchdown this week?
Exactly. Who knows?
That was an insane game last week, the Cardinals-Titans.
It was insane. I watched that play live. I'm like, what? What is going on right now? I had never seen anything like that ever. It was insane.
I loved it when Austin was like, so Cam Ward touchdown?
Not quite. I feel pretty good about, I mean, obviously the only thing I have a question mark about is Mr. Flournoy there at 3,600. But I think he just has, with a CD out, he'll step into that role even if Terp comes back. So I think he'll have.
And on to redraft. Before we go over the picks too, I think we should announce some recent just trade movements too.
Yeah.
Because you just did one right before we went on air. If you want to talk about your mindset for that.
Yeah. So in redraft, I've been pretty stacked at wide receiver. I got a Puka, Rome, Justin Jefferson, George Pickens, Garrett Wilson was basically my receiver core. Whereas my running backs have been a bit shaky. Hampton was just coming on, then he gets hurt. Chase Brown's been ass. Javonte Williams has kind of been saving me all year. So I went ahead and flipped Garrett Wilson for Breece Hall and Matthew Golden to shore up that RB a little bit and take that post-bye week shot on Matthew Golden for a rookie receiver. And I'm a little bit worried about Garrett Wilson moving forward and that passing game for the Jets. So kind of wanted to get off him if I could.
I think it was a great shot. Get some upside with Golden. Lateral movement from Garrett Wilson to Breece Hall, maybe more consistent because Breece doesn't need just feels to throw the ball to him. No. So I think it was a win for you in my book. And then who else is winning this week? We have those down below. I have the yellow picks. AJ has the red picks. The only one we are different on this week is I'm picking AJ. And you
the first time
I'm not picking myself. Peter.
The first time I'm not picking myself. I'll go over the matchup quick here. I honestly, having Justin Jefferson out, I kind of knew this trade was in the works. It happened like right before we started. You obviously had seen it by that point. So I have Golden in right now as my flex. I'm not like sold on him having a great week this week. Justin Jefferson's on bye, so that's the reason that I have this one spot where I don't really have anyone there. And I just am not confident that I'm really going to get too much from him. And I think Travis Etienne, Puka, Tyler Warren for Peter, they're all going to have monster weeks. So I'm just kind of scared about my flex play, and then I think Peter's got some really nice upside on his team.
Yeah, but Puka scores 30 points every week.
That guy,
you got George AP, you got Rome Odunze, you got Javonte Williams, your guy. You got a lot of your guys that you think are going to be performing this week. So I'm believing it.
Yeah.
And this Jags offense, the Jags team is playing like out of their minds, but the offense is really not impressing me at all.
Yeah.
So I have some concerns on that
side. This was with 1 week where I just really wasn't super confident. And I'm like, I always pick myself. Let's maybe I'll get some good karma if I don't pick myself. It could be a good time. But we can move forward to Dynasty, where at the end of last week's like overview of our picks and things of that nature, we had a breaking news trade happen, which was basically Austin trading for Kyron Williams.
Mm-hmm. We had four.
Let me tell you, a lot of trades happened. That is the facts. And I was a part of 2 of them. But I'm going to pull that up, see if we can get some more looks at that. I'm just going to, since it's the first one here, I'm just going to pull it up. I got Justin Jefferson, finally. I've been trying to get him for a while. I'm not going to say I didn't. Like, I don't know if I overpaid, but I certainly gave up a lot of my depth for him. I'm pretty confident in a lot of my middling guys that I can find a play here and there during bye weeks and times when I need it. So basically, I traded Carson Wentz, Zay Flowers, Quinshawn, and a 26 first for Justin Jefferson and a third.
I don't think it's an overpay at all. It sounds like you're really concerned about that, but like the price for Jefferson in my mind is 2 firsts and a player. That's essentially what you paid.
Yeah, Quinshawn. Yeah,
you got a third and Carson Wentz. Who cares about?
I don't care. Yeah,
I was more curious too because you had an offer where you were dealing Goff and you're also getting JJ McCarthy back.
So for me, I still want to play to win this year. I know it seems maybe a little bit odd if I'm getting rid of guys like Quinshawn and Zay Flowers, just because those are good pieces for winning. But getting rid of Goff, then my quarterback room would have been Kyler Murray, Cam Ward, and JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy and Cam Ward, I don't know. Like, they both could be gone in a year or two, whatever it is. I wanted some stability this year to still try and win. So I was okay with just like, let's just take those guys out. I want to keep Jared Goff, maybe keep a little bit more of that momentum going this year, not just for the future. That was my thought.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then we talked about the Kyren trade. So you did that deal with Ben. Ben did a deal with Austin where he traded Kyren for a first and a second. And then Ben also did a third trade. So Ben was in 3 trades.
Holy.
And Ben traded Derrick Henry and a 2027 second round pick for Kenneth Walker and a 2026 first. This past week, Ben accumulated 3 first round picks.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker, Judkins, Zay Flowers, Carson Wentz, and a second round pick. So a freaking haul.
I think Ben crushed it this past week. Like,
me too.
I think he did great. Like, even with my trade, like, he got a lot of good quality young guys, good assets. I know he gave up Justin Jefferson, but he got good guys back. It's not like he got them for nothing. And I think this trade, getting Kenneth Walker and a first for Derrick Henry in a second, is like an absolute steal.
That's the best trade by far for that he made.
Yeah,
that whole
absolutely.
Time.
So he won this week, by the way. So my thought process is like, oh, he's gonna be, we both picked against him. Like, he's gonna be tanking, he's gonna be whatever. I mean, he got rid of Henry, he got rid of Kyren, but he got Kenneth Walker, Zay Flowers, Quinshot Judkins. He's got guys still. It's not like he's fully dead, and he just happens to have 3 firsts on top of it, something like that. So pretty good.
He just needed the second quarterback. That was the missing piece. You gave it to him.
I did. Carson Wentz. And I'm so happy. Me and Ben were going back and forth. And there was one with Rico Dowdle. And I said, I'm over this shit, dude. Just take all these guys. Because we've been going back and forth. Counter. And then just the list of dudes in the trade was so long. I'm like, I'm over this, bro. I'm going back to the normal shit. We're just going to keep it simple. I'm glad I did.
And then, the last trade of the week was just me sending J.K. Dobbins to Sam for a second round pick. There could have been another one made by me. Ryan made a great offer. Shout out Ryan. He offered me Jonathan Taylor for JSN. And I was like, I don't know. I can't do it.
Whoa.
It's still in my inbox too, and
that's a crazy trade.
Feels so crazy to just press decline because it's probably the most even trade that I've received, just like off the rip. And I'm just like, man, I didn't want to smash decline immediately, and I don't know.
Whoa,
I just value my wide receivers more, and I don't want to go all in on the Colts this year too with Indiana Jones and Jonathan Taylor. So.
I mean, I get it. And Jigba's like, he's been awesome. He's going to be awesome for a long time. I know. You got wide receivers, man. I don't know.
Like, Jonathan Taylor's putting up way more points than
You've got wide receivers. So,
it does not feel like I have wide receivers setting my lineup. I'm like, I have JSN, and then I'm waiting
right now
on Rashee Rice.
You are. Once you get Rashee Rice, maybe we feel better.
But. Finally, Lad scored this week. Godwin's working his way back. He didn't get the same amount of targets, even though that was a crazy game. He could have probably gotten more work. And then who else do I have? Like Judy, he's buns.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't remember any of the other scrubs, but I think that's going to wrap up this episode.
Yeah, absolutely. That was good. Good stuff right there. It was a fun week of trades in this league, or in both leagues, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's been a while since we've had like high movement like that, big movement like that. So it was a fun week. I'm sure it will slow down again just because everyone did their big ones and now are going to settle down a little bit. But we shall see. We shall see. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to join the DraftKings DFS. Get in that. It's in the link, right? It's in the description, right?
Yep. Ben, start putting your lineup back in there. Or did we embarrass you too much?
I think we might have.